Hello, my dear and fellow criminal minds obsessed people, because that's the only people who are going to be watching this video for sure. Today we're going to be doing this video in the dark because my goddamn headlight doesn't seem to want to work. Hello, my name is Joe. And welcome to the channel of Delusional Theories. Today we're going to be talking about delusional theories. I want to discuss who the goddamn disciple is. And in my last video I discussed it a little bit, but not enough. And then I got a comment that inspired me into being delusional. And it was a comment from someone saying, it's Tyler. So in this video I will explore a few possibilities of suspects. Actually, not many possibilities of suspects. I think it's either 4 of the people we already know, or it's someone we haven't met yet. But first, let's establish what we know about this goddamn asshole. Number 1, the disciple has met Cyrus, or was potentially trained by Cyrus after Voit left Cyrus. 2, the disciple is trying to awaken Voit's memories. Either he knew Voit and knows about his shit, or Cyrus told him about Voit and about his shit, or maybe he met him in Voit's network about his shit. Something has happened in the disciple's past that he knows Voit or knows very well about Voit. I'm a bit suspicious about Cyrus being the one who gives the disciple all the information about Voit, because I don't know that I trust that Cyrus would, describe Voit as this, really cool serial killer that can't be caught by the author. I think Cyrus would be like, no, that's this piece of shit nephew who couldn't do anything right. I feel like this is how Cyrus would have described him. So even though we know that the disciple probably knew Cyrus, I don't know that that the information about Voit being this badass, uncatchable serial killer came from Cyrus. The kind of Voit that the disciple is trying to awaken seems like a Voit that the disciple met. So what I'm going with is the disciple knew Cyrus and knew about Voit and Cyrus shenanigans, but the disciple also knew Voit and knew Voit well enough to know how he didn't get caught for so many years. Number 3, the disciple is good with computers, is tech savvy. And starting with that little piece of information, we're going to go straight to Tyler. I was surprised when I saw the comment about Tyler potentially being it, because I was like, oh my god, I wasn't thinking about it, but please, can my hatred of Tyler be justified by the fact that he's a bad guy? But I've seen that oh my god, my voice went so high. Can you tell that I'm excited? Like, if you put this video side by side with my latest video that I recorded, clearly my energy is different today. Anyway, we know that Tyler is in season 19. We know. He's in season 19. He's reprising his role as Tyler. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I just want to say he is in season 19. So, if he's revealed to be the disciple in season 18, how in the hell is baby boy in season 19? Well, he could be in jail or on the run or something like that. He could be already the team could already know about him, could already know about the fact that he is a disciple, or at least part of the team of the disciple, because I will get to it, and still be on the cast and be on the run and be a big part of season 19. I really hope, Criminal Minds, if Tyler is the villain for season 19, I will strangle you, because I hate that man. I hate him. I cannot see him as a villain. I see him as a little pathetic little man that I hate. Do not make this man a villain. But if you do, at least put him in a partnership, so he's not the villain alone, and I can enjoy someone else's face on my TV. But anyway, Tyler could be the villain and could be on a run on season 19, or he could be revealed as a disciple in season 18 to the audience and not to the team. If they did this, I would appreciate it very much. Because if we know that Tyler is the disciple, or at least half of the team of the disciple, and then the team doesn't and is still treating him as Tyler while we are treating him as unsub, I would have so much fun, because that's what I've been doing already. Well, the team is treating him as part of the team. I've already been hitting on him so much that, I mean, it's just going to be another season for me. But I could see that happening and it would be really interesting. Honestly, I don't think Criminal Minds has ever done anything like this, like introduce a person who then becomes part of the team for it's the third season for so long, and then they turn out to be the bad guy. That would be incredibly interesting. Another possibility is that actually there's not another possibility, because he's either revealed as a disciple in this season, either to the team and to the audience both, or just to the audience, and then he continues on to season 19, or he isn't revealed as a disciple and he continues on as a team. But how does he fit into what we know about the disciple? He knew Voight. He knew about Voight's story, he knew about Voight's network, and he is on the team, so he knows that Voight's memories are triggered by, him seeing people from his past. The one thing, and he also has great tech skills. I mean, come on, he fooled Garcia before. The one thing that I don't understand how we could is him knowing Cyrus. So either he has shared story with Cyrus that we haven't seen before, like, I don't know, maybe he met him, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense for Tyler, because Tyler has a military background. Like, I don't think he was in the army, but he had like technical specialty or something with drones, like locating the targets that drones would hit or something. That's why he was revolted with the system, because oftentimes those targets would lead to, civilian casualties. But Tyler was in the army in some shape or form, so how would he have met Cyrus? Through where? In what occasion would he have to meet Cyrus? So that's the one link that doesn't for Tyler. And this is one of the reasons, because as I explore the rest of the suspects, you will understand that all of these suspects, apart from the mystery person that I think could be revealed next episode, all of these suspects have some missing link, something that doesn't match to the disciple's profile. So this is why I'm thinking that it could be a double. It could be two people. And if there is two people, one person could so definitely be Tyler, because of the suspects we know so far, Tyler is the only one we know for sure has the tech skills to do it. So this is what I'm thinking. It could possibly be a partnership, because I don't see how Tyler could have known Cyrus and have that connection. The thing that doesn't track with me about Tyler is why? Why would he be Voight's disciple or Cyrus's disciple? Like, why? Because the whole thing about Tyler from the very beginning was that he was doing this to avenge his sister. Because when he came back from service, his sister had been killed by Voight, and this was a man he met, he knew about, and Tyler felt responsible for this. The whole thing about Voight was always to get revenge for his sister. Would this man align with Voight? Would this man align with Voight to such an extent that he became his disciple? However, what if this is, honestly, I would praise the Criminal Minds team until the end of time if they did this. What if Tyler's plot from the beginning, the reason why he got in on the BAU team, the reason why he got a Penelope, the reason he did everything he did, the reason he got his goddamn, I don't know, license to be in the FBI, the reason he stuck around for so long is to bring Voight down. What if he's doing all of this just so he can get to Voight and kill him? Honestly, I would appreciate the commitment. Some men can't even commit to saying a good morning text, and then we have Tyler doing all of this just to get revenge on his sister. I would appreciate it very much. Suspect number 2, the goddamn doctor. And I know what you're thinking. This is a red herring. They're being too sus about it. There's no way they're going to confirm the doctor as a suspect. This is the first person we all suspected. There's absolutely no way in hell. However, if it is a partnership, this is why it could look so messy. This is why it could look like she's suspected and not suspected, like she's sus but also not sus. And the thing here is, and I've been talking about this the whole season, and I've been hearing shit about this the whole season. The thing here is, did Voight actually lose his memory? And I've said this before, I'll put it here just a little bit to, remind you guys, the only way Voight could have been faking it is if the doctor is on his side and they're both in cahoots together. This is the only way. And by now, at the point that we are in the show, it's quite freaking unlikely. Let me just say that. It's quite unlikely. However, if they are going with really cool plot twists, like Tyler being the disciple, they could absolutely go with a really cool plot twist of the doctor being the partner. At this moment in time, this is probably my favorite pairing, is Tyler and the doctor, because I've been suspicious of the doctor the whole time. And if the doctor is, part of the team, he could be faking it. He could. And then I would get rid of Tyler, which would be amazing. But to be honest, I don't think he's faking it. God damn it. God damn it. I don't think he's faking it, because one element that has become important in the disciple profile and trying to figure out who this person is the fact that he's trying to make Voight remember. Like, he sent the whole video, the whole deep fake of Cyrus to awaken Voight's memories. And I feel like if the doctor was a disciple or was part of the disciple team and Voight was faking it, that wouldn't be necessary. Like, why would they do that? To trick the BAU team? So, I hate to say it, but I think Voight is actually not faking it. God damn it. He's not faking it. However, the doctor could still be the disciple or part of the partnership of the disciple, because Voight went to that hospital specifically because it was the hospital closest to the general population prison he was in, and he chose to be there. He wanted to be there. He could have chosen that prison to be close to the hospital, right? Maybe he had a plan, because this is the feeling that we got, right? He chose general population because it would be easy to escape out of it. Couldn't the plan have been that? And I mean, remember that the person who attacked Voight, or who ordered the attack on Voight, was his goddamn lawyer. His goddamn lawyer, Vinny, had been doing things for him outside of the prison for a long ass time. Vinny was the one who gave the Gold Star team, Voight's little toolbox, toolkit, kill kit. So Vinny knew some of Voight's plans, and Vinny, the lawyer, could have known that Voight was planning to escape out of prison, and in which way he was planning to escape. Meaning through an attack that would send him to the hospital. And I'm not saying that Vinny sent the attack on Voight specifically to get him to the hospital. It's possible that Vinny ordered the attack purposefully to hurt and kill him, maybe. However, remember, Voight was expecting the attack. He had a shank of his own, he knew how to defend himself, and that's why he's still alive. What I'm thinking is, the attack was always planned. Voight just wasn't expecting it to be that bad, because he wasn't expecting the lawyer to betray him or whatever. And the plan would have been him getting shanked hard enough that he would have to go to the hospital. Once he is in the hospital, someone from his network would come and get him and free him and escape. Could that person be the doctor? Well, maybe. However, if it was the doctor, he would have remembered her already. So either he never saw her face, or he didn't know about her. It could be a contact from the network that he didn't know about. It could be someone who never revealed their face. Whatever it is, the doctor still could be part of the disciple team, or could be the disciple herself, even being Voight's disciple. However, it could also be that the doctor is actually Cyrus's disciple. This is another theory that has been going around, that the disciple is not Voight's disciple, it's Cyrus's disciple, and this is why the disciple knows so much about Voight. It's why they met Cyrus and knew how to do a deep fake of him, potentially have videos of him to do a deep fake of him. But how could the doctor know Cyrus? Well, we don't really know, because as Emily said, she has a career that gives her that frees her from suspicion. Like, her career is good enough that everyone trusts her. To me, immediately a red flag. Immediately a red flag. Because what do you mean her career is so good you trust her with this person you've never met before? You don't know what she does in her free time. Maybe she met Cyrus. Maybe she was his doctor. How about that? Maybe that's how she's a disciple. Because we know that she had... What did you say about her father? That her father was very religious and died or something like that? I mean, come on. Is it that unlikely that she was talking about Cyrus? Or maybe her father knew Cyrus. But she does not have the tech skills, the computer skills to be... I mean, we don't know. We don't know. She's a doctor. She's a brain doctor. She's smart as shit. Like, I only had like 6 neuroscience classes in university, and they were hard. I mean, my teacher was completely socially inept and didn't know how to teach. So it made it harder. But the subject matter is harder in itself. So she's super smart. She could potentially have the skills and we just not know about it. However, I have to say, I think the most likely angle of Voight and the doctor is the following. Because I don't see Criminal Minds having these many balls to pull out really cool plot twist and really cool story arc. I think the business with Voight, the prison attack, and the doctor is the following. Voight went into general population because he genuinely wanted to do the 5 years and leave. He would probably amass a lot of criminal connections in that prison. He would probably rise in the ranks quite quickly because he's a very effective manipulator and con man. And I think he genuinely wanted to get out of there 5 years later and go back to manipulating, controlling his family and rebuilding his network empire or something. Because I mean, what better win against the BAU than, doing his sentence, maybe getting out in 3 years or something, and then being completely free to restart it all over again. He knew that as soon as he was released, they would be worried. They would be looking out for his crimes. And I don't know, it's a challenge for him, isn't it? It would be a challenge to then get out of prison and figure out a new way to do this so that the BAU could never catch him. I think it's possible that he had the shank because he was just preparing himself for it. He was just preparing himself. Maybe he's incredibly goddamn smart. His whole thing was always about evaluating risk. This is how he made his strategy, his plan for this goddamn network. This is why he wouldn't include certain people in a network if they were too risky to, getting him caught. He was brilliant at planning for risk and anticipating risk and knowing how to deal with it. It wouldn't surprise me if he had done a fucking risk analysis in the prison and realized that no one would go to his dorm to attack him. No one would go to the patio to attack him. And the best place to attack him, if anyone was going to attack him, would be when he was alone at the laundry room doing his job. So he prepared for it by putting a goddamn shank there waiting for a possible attack. That seems plausible to me. And then he got attacked bad, then he could protect himself because he planned for it. He went to the hospital, lost his memory, and then everything that happens in the show happened. Honestly, I don't want to say this because this is so goddamn boring, but I think this could be what happened actually. Let's hope not. We've covered Tyler, we've covered the doctor, now let's go to the 2 next people, Rebecca and Evan. You cannot tell me that Evan is innocent. I can understand you being suspicious of me being suspicious of Rebecca. I can understand that. I don't like her and I'm suspicious of her till the end of time. But Evan, they never explain why the guy recognizing that Evan was the one who put him in prison, the guy never goddamn shot him. And I'm gonna say the same thing I said in my last video. Imagine that the guy who put you in prison is in front of you and you have a gun and potentially a way out of the consequences. I mean, wouldn't you? I wouldn't. But wouldn't the criminal do it? It's not explained. It's really... And I know what you're going to say. The disciple told him not to kill Evan. Told him to spare him so that he could put the blame on Evan. Then why was the guy shooting surprised that Evan was there? Why did he flinch if he already knew he was going to be there? Dear sir, dear lady, dear ma'am, can you explain that? I think Evan is in on it. I think Evan is either part of the disciple or the disciple. I don't think he is a disciple, but I mean, this is what I said in my last video. Evan was at school with Rebecca. Rebecca was on the case of Cyrus. Evan was already working by then, and he could have been working in a similar place as Rebecca. He could have been there, right there. And he could have been the one who, told Cyrus to point to, what was his name? Silvio Herrero. And here is my next favorite pairing. Evan and Rebecca. Lovers. Serial killer lovers who infiltrate the BAU to take the BAU down and save voit. Well, however, my Rebecca and Evan theory fall apart when we come to the tech skills, to the computer skills. I mean, they could have them and we just not know, but with the information that we have so far, Rebecca and Evan don't seem very likely. However, what if it's all of them? What if it's the four of them? This is a delusional theory, but I would so be behind it being the four of them. The amount of people that were able to infiltrate the FBI, if it's all these four people, would be so much fun. Can you imagine what would happen to the BAU if it came out that 3 people were able to infiltrate it? One of them smooching another one, and another one of them fiancéing another one of them, being their fiance. What am I saying? Like they infiltrated so hardcore that they are in relationships, intimate romantic relationships with them. It would be the greatest network of serial killers of all time. Of all time. No, this is not gonna happen, okay? It's a beautiful dream. It's not gonna happen. What I think is the most likely scenario, and you're gonna hate this to your core, and so will I if it happens. What I think is the most likely scenario is that they pull another Frank Church, because Criminal Minds team loves a Frank Church. Loves to introduce the main antagonist 2 episodes to go to the end of the season, like they did Frank Church last season, and I hated it, and I will hate it till the end of time, as I said in my previous video. And if you want to know like my explanation of it, you can watch my previous video, because I'm not gonna, retell everything, but I think it's someone that we haven't met yet. It's someone either with the lawyers, like the city lawyers, or the police force, or the FBI force at the city where Cyrus lived. I think it's someone who knew Cyrus for a very long time, who knew Voight for a very long time, someone who is the reason why Cyrus knew how to avoid being captured, knew how to avoid the police, the reason why Cyrus was never caught. I think there's someone there helping him, clearing his files. This is the person who is probably like getting the requests for Cyrus's files from the BAU right now and being like, fuck no, you're not gonna catch me, assholes. I think there's someone like protecting Cyrus in the police force, and this is why he never got caught, and this is the disciple. This is the person who is trying to bring Voight back to life, like bring his memories back, so that he can, continue this partnership that he had with Cyrus and lost with Voight. But anyway, let me know what your theories are, who your suspects are, and why you think it could be the 4 of them. I will be back here very soon because I have a really fun video about Criminal Minds that I need you guys to know about. Okay, I have an idea for another season or a couple other seasons that you're gonna be losing it about if they do this. And I'm hoping, my delusional brain tells me the Criminal Minds team is here watching, so you have to put it out. So Criminal Minds team, if you are here watching, please copy my idea. I will put the video out about the seasons of television that I want about Criminal Minds. Please copy my idea because I want this show on TV. I will see you then. Bye.